really good example of that bull bear battle line concept, that if we had ticked up through this high, which would have meant that we cleared through these moving averages, then that would have been a bull flag, which probably would have taken us back up top here. The fact that we confirmed the inside bar failure is actually a sell signal unto it itself. And like I said a second ago, I would say the statistical odds are we're probably going to have to walk our way down this trend line. We had a really cool bull bear battle line setup here off of the daily charts on crude, and that the bears won the battle, and prices now are fully heading into the price gap. Probably saw a little bit of play at the high tag of the high there. You can see the low of today's candle was right into that level. So while that was going on, I didn't really have any bot setups or anything to take me to the downside. I just sort of had to sit and watch it play out. Then we had the pit open. Lots of funny business around the pit, washing both the lows and the highs. And then as soon as the sort of retail business kicked in, cleaning out the lows, and I suppose lower highs and lower lows, moving averages all pointing down, we just went into puke out mode. So unfortunately, don't really have anything set up for me. Maybe there's potentially something setting up here this morning off of that ultimate puke out bottom. And as we said, that gap is still open to the downside here. I have a feeling they're probably sort of cleaning up the oversold condition. It's probably going to be a tag of the VWAP kind of idea. And then probably a push to the downside here on some sort of divergence to ultimately mark the low of this move. Because, candle bodies themselves should fill in this gap here. I'm not really one to believe that that's some sort of start a new bull move. In fact, what I would say here is the crude oil market was basically in free fall. We had that very odd event there in Israel, which doesn't make any sense at all. Now, I suppose if we come down, fill in the gap, turn around, and this turns into some sort of big ass W, then I could see this thing rock and roll higher. But for the time being, I don't buy it, and I don't think the market's buying it either. If anything, this is probably a good example where you don't take a trade on a break of a trend line. You actually have to get some sort of bullish structure on the other side. And like I said, I can't remember whether I did this with the public or whether it was just in the after party yesterday, but a really good example of that bull bear battle line concept, that if we had ticked up through this high, which would have meant that we cleared through these moving averages, then that would have been a bull flag, which probably would have taken us back up top here. The fact that we confirmed the inside bar failure is actually a sell signal unto it itself. And like I said a second ago, I would say the statistical odds are we're probably going to have to walk our way down this trend line. Probably interesting how 200 SMA here on this November contract will probably be into December by then, but it probably is going to intersect with that trend line being retagged here. I don't really see much there. Interesting how the stock market kind of stalled out here, though. And of course, Bitcoin is probably a good leading indicator for the market. Is now actually Bitcoin has confirmed a double top breakdown. So we talked about this double top through the broiler chicken show. Well-defined trading range, and you can clearly see we have lost that structural support level. And, if you actually just change this, maybe it'll be easier for you to see the smile. If we change this to a line chart, can you see up, down, up, fail? And on a clothesline basis for this daily chart, really that came in actually a day or so ago. It looks to me like the sellers are in control using trend lines to trade. This is not a buy signal. And if you get sucked into buying this break of this trend line, we go an M out, not W, M out on the other side of it. And now what we're probably going to do, kind of like that crude oil chart I just showed you a second ago, is we're probably going to walk our way down that trend line from the other side.